From the moment that classic score hits, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle doesn't just feel like a game, it feels like stepping into a long lost sequel to the classic films. Now this is a bunch of reviews I like to call After the Hype. It's where I look at a game in the cold real daylight, post fanfare of the modern media hype train, or hate train, as sadly things are going right now in the gaming industry. I try not to be a prisoner of the moment when it comes to video games, movies, music, and I like to really look back on them after the hype train has died down. So here we are with my first After the Hype. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get into it. Every aspect of this adventure, from its pulse-pounding set pieces to its intimate character moments, is crafted with the care and spectacle of a blockbuster cinematic experience. There is no fat in this game, it's a lean 20 to 30 hours and a thrilling one at that. I like to review games from the point of view of people whose gaming time is precious. As we get older, we have responsibilities that cut into our gaming time. Families, parents, kids, jobs. What I can say is, safely, that in the few hours you might have to game in a week, Indiana Jones: The Great Circle is a fun, relaxing and joyous love letter to the art of classic cinema and great modern video games design. If you've ever dreamed of being indie, cracking your whip, outsmarting Nazis and uncovering ancient mysteries, this game delivers that fantasy in spades. As a huge fan of the cinema going experience, I mean, I'm one of those people that has one of those unlimited cinema cards, and I'm also an advocate of protecting cinemas. Indiana Jones truly feels like the magic of sitting in a theatre and watching the magic unfold, popcorn bucket in hand. From the jingles to the witty one-liners to the dramatic camera angles and cheeky facial expressions, it's evident from every scene that the developers loved the source material and did it justice. Now that's not to say there aren't issues here. A game that relies so heavily on its immersion sure does have one too many mini immersion breaking moments. It's not enough to dull the magic on the whole, but you just wish it wasn't there. That could be poor AI. I had to laugh at the amount of times a Nazi soldier threw a gun at me rather than shoot me with it. It could be combat, which, while attempting a mix of melee and gunplay, suffers from awkward hit detection and repetitive enemy AI, making the encounters feel a touch more tedious than thrilling. Or it could just be terrible lighting popping in and out, general graphical hitches and glitches, or cutscene freezes at awkward moments. But they are often brief, bar the lighting issue, which in the penultimate area does rear its head way too often, but generally I found it forgivable. One question I did find asking myself throughout the playthrough was, if you've never watched the classic indie films, did the humour and feel of this game translate to something enjoyable? Or did it feel dated and forgettable? If you are one of those players, please leave a comment and let me know. And if you're not, if you're one of the people who have experienced Indiana Jones and its pomp, did you also feel like I did that this translated really well to a video game? I did, however, wonder when it came to that audience who hadn't seen Indiana Jones, if they got it. However, the gripes I have for the Great Circle come mostly from a place of wanting that perfect cinematic Spielberg experience, because I felt it got so close, I just wanted a little bit more. That's not a knock, it's more a compliment to how close Machine Gun Games got to delivering that perfect experience. On the whole, the Great Circle masterfully blends action, puzzle solving and exploration in a way that mirrors the pacing of the films beautifully. One moment you're deciphering cryptic hieroglyphs in a claustrophobic tomb, and the next you're engaged in a frantic fist fight on top of a speeding train. The set pieces are where the game truly shines and brings a smile to your face. I honestly can't remember the last time I was grinning ear to ear and laughing out loud playing a video game. Maybe I played too many Souls-likes, but it just felt refreshing and most importantly relaxing playing as Indy. The environments all hum with life, dripping with atmosphere, from the dusty halls of forgotten ruins to the shadowy alleyways of war-torn cities. The sound design is impeccable, creaking old wood, a distant echo of wildlife in a jungle, the sudden thwip of your whip cutting through the air. Even the quieter moments, Indy just brushing off his hat after a narrow escape, examining an artifact with wonder, or trading cheeky little one-liners with the rival villain, who by the way is incredible. They all feel straight from the big screen. And I have to shout out the voice acting here. You can't have a great cinematic experience without fantastic voice acting. Troy Baker does an incredible job, as you may have heard in many reviews, but honestly, the guy who steals the spotlight is the villain. He is superb. Talk about your Bond or Indiana Jones-like villain, portrayed perfectly. So good. But look, in conclusion, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle isn't just a great game, it's a love letter to the spirit of adventure that made the films timeless. It understands what made Indy special, not just the action, but the wit, the history, the knowledge, the sense of discovery. If you've ever wanted to be Indiana Jones, this is as close as it gets. short of grabbing a fedora and jumping into a movie screen yourself. Like I said at the start, my reviews are from the place of somebody who values their spare time. Indiana Jones is such a lean game. If you want to engage with it more, you can. If you want a brilliant experience and you don't have the time to engage with lots of the extras, you don't have to. You're not forced into it. The core experience here is fantastic and it's a joy to behold. Go get it. It's on Xbox Game Pass. I personally had a lot of technical issues on Xbox Game Pass. I had to go buy the game on Steam. I know not many other people had that issue. I did. Just wanted to throw that out there. But 20 hours on this game is so worth your time. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, or I'll cry. Peace.